Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to First PUC Business Studies online classes. Students, in the previous class we have discussed about the postal services, right? Now in today's class, let us take up telecom services. Telecom services. We have analyzed different types of postal services like greetings card, greeting post, media post, isn't it? Direct post, international money transfer, then passport facilities. All these we have studied. In brief, you have to explain, friends, not in detail. Okay, what that concept is. That's all. That is enough in examination. Now, what do you mean by telecom services? That is nowadays digital technology is gaining importance. Everywhere you are seeing digital payments, isn't it? Orders through digital system. Everything is digitalized. So we have to make sure of telecom services here. The role of telecom services in digital technology is very, very important. Telecom services means using, that is telephone system or satellite or any other, that is media for communication to others, isn't it? That is called telecom service. There are different types of telecom services. Actually, it is not possible otherwise to reach each and every corner of the world. Even at midnight we can log in and we can place orders. We can make e-payment, isn't it? Without the involvement of hard cash. And again we can take delivery of the products. So online system where the telecom sector plays an important role, right? So it is also a commercial service. It is a business service which is very much required nowadays. In modern business world, without telecom, business is not possible. That is what we have to conclude, because very important telephone lines, cell phone services, isn't it? All these are very important. Now let us take up one by one the different types of telecom services. First one, cellular mobile services. Types of telecom services. Under that, first one, cellular mobile services. Mobile services. Very simple. That is using telecom services including voice and non-voice messages, isn't it? That is called cellular services. That is a cell phone which is connected to satellite, isn't it? Through satellite it works. Antenna, that is we call it as a tower, mobile tower, isn't it? Through that we will get the signals to our cell phones. From where it originates, from that area's tower to our tower where we are staying, isn't it, during that time. From there, from the initiating place to the tower, to the satellite, then to the tower nearby the user's cell phone. Like suppose Mr. A is in Delhi and Mr. B is in Mumbai, isn't it? He wants to make a call or voice or non-voice message, isn't it? Then it will go to satellite, then from satellite to, from here to the nearby tower, isn't it? Then the tower to the satellite, from satellite to the nearby tower of the person who is the user, and from his tower to his cell phone, like that it will move. That is sending and receiving the message, and it takes place within a fraction of maybe a second, I have to say, or a fraction of minute, isn't it? A couple of seconds are enough to do this much of that is a process, because it is through the digital system, right? So that is called cellular mobile service. Nowadays it is very easy. In olden days, I told you while starting this chapter itself, that is people used to write letters, isn't it? They used to post, it reaches after 15 days. Gone are the days, friends. Now, have you ever seen someone write? I think 90% of the students who are there in this class may not be knowing what is an inland letter or a postcard of the post office. I think you never visited the post office at all. There may be some students who never saw the activities of post office. What are the products that are available in post office, isn't it? Inland letter card, do you know about that? Cover, do you know about postcard, which is the cheapest source of that is sending through post office, message sending through post office, it's the cheapest one. I think it is a 1 rupee now, isn't it? Nowadays, gone are the days. Now people are not using this post office at all, because communication is so fast. Nowadays people are connected through the there's a Facebook, WhatsApp, or whatever the name you call, or that through the telephone, there's a mobile service, isn't it? So that is that makes a person to be very fast in the present day world. So that is called cellular mobile service, where the communications are made through cell phones, voice or non-voice messages. All this comes under cellular mobile services. Then fixed line services, it is I think completely vanished. Fixed line services, somewhere you can find. In olden days, when we were students, isn't it, we used to see the telephone, that is posts. They used to, here and there you can see that grey color, this metal, isn't it? Not metal actually, I think it is made up of aluminium maybe. That is, that posts will be there, and from the post there will be, that is telephone lines. You can see that is wires, isn't it, connected to it. Nowadays it is not there. Completely it is removed, and nowadays there will be one small aperture, isn't it, through which the message, signals will be received, and signals can be sent through that, so that you can communicate. There is a fixed line services, landline service we call it as landline services. This is also called landline service because it is done through the landline, that is a wiring system, isn't it, not through the cell phone system. So here people used to call from a particular place. It cannot be taken with the person, like cell phones you are carrying it to anywhere, isn't it, and the nearest that is cell phone tower will work, isn't it, and you will get the signals and you can speak or you can communicate with others. But here there will be fixed line, and it will be kept somewhere in inside the room, isn't it, inside the house, in a room, and you have to call from there only. You have to go there and then you have to call. That is the reason it is called fixed line service or landline service. Fine. Then next one is cable services. Cable services. You may be knowing about this. That is optical fiber cable, OFC. Somewhere here and there you can see there's beside the road, isn't it, OFC. One, that is a stone will be there, properly painted and written OFC on. That is optical fiber cable. There are many providers. They provide this service through the cable system. That is a cable will be laid underground, isn't it? And through that, that is waves or that is signals will be sent or received. And it is a long-term project. It is, and it is for a longer period of time. The cable once laid can be used for maybe 20, 30, 40 years. There is a limit till it becomes useless, isn't it? So that is called cable service. Even you are getting your that is television, isn't it, through the cable system only. That is different, but here it is only this communication like a computer network, isn't it? All these Wi-Fi you call it as, isn't it? All these are coming under cable service. Then VSAT, that is a VSAT, very small aperture terminal, very small aperture terminal. This is nothing but it is VSAT services. In VSAT service, very simple, it is a set-top box and that is small aperture will be there. There is a antenna will be there, isn't it? Dish antenna through which you will receive, that is a picture and all these things. Everything will be can be seen. Your television works because of that, isn't it? Set-top box is a must. Without it, you cannot operate it. You cannot see the television. So this is called very small aperture terminal, isn't it? Through which the signals will be received, or sometimes you might have seen some small, that is instrument will be kept somewhere, and from there the signals will be received. Even that is for telephone services, isn't it? That is called very small aperture terminal. Is a satellite based communication service. Satellite based communication service. It gets connected through the satellite, isn't it? Sender and satellite, receivers, there is a small aperture terminal, then to the receiver's house, like that. So that works in that way. Last one is DTH services, isn't it? DTH services, that is direct to home, isn't it? Direct to home, DTH. That is what I just told, that is direct to home, which is used to see the television channels. Direct to home, you should have a set-top box and you should have that one small, that is dish antenna, isn't it? Dish antenna will be there, and there will be set-top box which works, which makes the television to work. So this is about the various communication systems. Telecom services. They may ask you for maybe 4 marks. So make sure of it. Moving on to next part, next service, that is transportation. Very, very important. Very simple it is. Transportation services. There are 3 modes of transport. Transportation services. There are 3 modes of transport, that is land transport, water transport, and third one is air transport. Air transport. Land transport can be divided into 2 categories, that is road and railway. Road, railway, isn't it? Here mainly that is a road, which is where you can see that is motor vehicles, isn't it? Motor vehicles may be having any number of that is what? Tires, isn't it? Yes. Motor vehicles, two-wheeler, four-wheelers, maybe 14-wheelers, isn't it? Many are there. Trucks, buses, maybe two-wheelers, three-wheelers, auto rickshaws, everything play a dominant role in the that is road transport. Railway, there are parcel wagons, isn't it? Then goods railway is there. Then again passenger trains, different varieties of passenger trains are there, isn't it? But ultimate aim is to transport the human beings, animals, or any other goods from one place to another place, that is land transport. So road and railway, they are related to each other almost, because without road, railway becomes difficult, and without railway, road transport becomes difficult, isn't it? When it is bulky and very heavy, then you need the help of railways, and when it is to be transported to remote areas, then road transport, because railways you cannot divert the railways as you like, but vehicles can be moved wherever there is a road. You can move through the that is vehicles, isn't it? Motor vehicles. Then water, here you can see mostly the boats, ships, isn't it? Steamers, everything you can see here, which is the goods and passengers are transported from one place to another place through the help of that is water, or ocean, or sea, or even rivers, isn't it? So these are the major that is participants in the water transport. Then air transport, costly or precious goods like gems and jewelry, or any other that is item that is to be transported, which is a valuable one, or those first class citizens or VIPs, isn't it? They travel through that is air transport. So it is also for the movement of that is goods and that is passengers, isn't it? So here helicopters or that is airplanes, they play a major role. So there are three types of transportation. Is very important for the economic development of a country. So what we will do is we will transport those which are very urgent materials, or perishables, or precious, and they are lightweight articles, that will be mostly transported through the air transport. And bulky items which are voluminous, huge, isn't it, in large quantity, that will be transported mostly with the help of water transport if it is outside the country. If it is within the country, then we use railways mostly for transportation from one place to another place, right? So that is about only this much only about this transportation services. And transportation helps in that is even warehousing can be done only because of the help of transport. That's different vehicles like road transport, railway transport, water transport, air transport, whatever we use, they help in the development of that is warehousing service also. So that is about the transportation. Let us move on to the last part here, types of that is warehousing. Let us move on to the next part, that is next concept, warehousing. Before moving on to the very meaning of warehousing, let us make a clear distinction between the storage and warehousing. Storage and warehousing. What is storage and what is warehousing? No doubt, in both the cases, we house the goods, or we store the goods in a particular place for protection from maybe sunlight, order, isn't it? Or maybe rain, water, whatever it is, whatever the name you call, moisture, humidity, to keep it away from or to protect it from the natural calamities or any other, that is weather conditions, isn't it? We house the goods in a particular place properly. We house the goods or we store the goods in a particular safe place so that the quality of the product is not deteriorated or it will not spoil, isn't it? Or it can be kept for a longer period of time for future use. Especially in case of agriculture goods, you may be knowing they are seasonal one. We harvest the agricultural goods during a particular season. We store them in a particular place because they are demanded throughout the year. Rice, isn't it? Staple food of South India. We used to store the rice for the entire period, that is throughout the year, because we want to consume rice every day, isn't it? We need every day for our daily bread, isn't it? So that is for that reason we need to store the goods. Now, what is storage? Storage means simply storing the goods, simply housing the goods. Simply housing the goods in a particular place is nothing but storage. We are not doing any other activities there. We simply stack the goods in a particular place and we protect it from the natural, that is calamities or the weather conditions, right? But warehousing is more than storage. This is storage plus something. Storage plus something. Something means what? We do a number of activities which are related to the marketing of goods. Marketing in the sense marketing starts before production, friends. Make sure marketing does not mean that keeping some goods somewhere and selling it. ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ರಾಶಿ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಂತೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಂತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸಂತೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್, ಸಂತೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಆರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ರಾಶಿ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಹತ್ತಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಅಂತ ಬೊಬ್ಬೆ ಹೊಡೆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್. ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್? ನೋ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್. But marketing is more than that. Marketing starts before production. Modern marketing starts before production. You have to identify the needs of the customers. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಸಪೋಸ್ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ಕಿಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಬಿಸ್ಕಿಟನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಬಿಸ್ಕಿಟ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಜನರ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವ ಟೈಪಿನ ಬಿಸ್ಕಿಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಟರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ರೇಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ, ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಪಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಸೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಆರ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್, ಮಸ್ಕ ಚಸ್ಕ 50-50, isn't it? ತುಂಬ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನನಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಜನರ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಿಸ್ಕಿಟನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸಿ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟಿನ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್, isn't it, in the market. Buy 4 Santur soaps, isn't it, and get 1 pen free, isn't it? Get 1 shampoo free. ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು? ಆ ಶ್ಯಾಂಪು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವರು ಪೈಲಟ್ ರನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಅದೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜನರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಜನರಿಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅದರ ಆಸೆ ರುಚಿಯನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾವಿನ ಹಣ್ಣಿನ ಸೀಸನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾವಿನ ಹಣ್ಣು ರಾಶಿ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೆ, ಸರ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಸಿಹಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಹಿ, ಬಾಯಿಗಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ಸಿಹಿ, ಒಂದು 3 kg ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು. ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಎಂಥದ್ದು ಹುಣಸೆ ಹಣ್ಣಿನಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಅದು ಮ್ಯಾಂಗೋ ಆಗಿರೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಹುಳಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಯಾವ ಟೈಪಿನ ಮಾವಿನ ಹಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಪೈಲಟ್ ರನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಜನರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯೆಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. They will ask with the retailers whether it is available, isn't it? Then retailer will give feedback to the manufacturer. Manufacturer will start commercial production during that time if there is more demand from the people. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಉತ್ಪಾದಕನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ, ರಿಟೇಲರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಕಳಿಸಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್. Produce and send it to the market. Definitely it will be sold in the market and you can earn profit. You can survive in the market. So that is what marketing is. Let us come to the point here. So storage plus other activities means those are marketing activities. Maybe breaking the bulk. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಂಟೈನರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದದನ್ನು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪೊಟ್ಟಣ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ವೇರ್ ಹೌಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಲೇಬಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕರನ್ನು ಅಂಟಿಸೋದು, ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನೇಮನ್ನು ಅಂಟಿಸೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆರ್ ಸಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಗ್ರಿಗೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ಸ್. ಆ ಗ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ what the activities of the warehousing. So warehousing is storage plus something else, that is labeling, branding, or sorting, segregating, isn't it? All these activities are done in the warehouse. So this is called warehousing. So they house the goods and they do the other marketing activities for the promotion of the product or to sell the product in the market. So that is called warehousing. So you have come to know the differences between the storage and warehousing. So storage is very small scope, has a very small scope, and warehousing has a very wide scope. It is storage plus other activities which are related to marketing of the product. Clear? Yes. Now let us move on to the types of warehouses. First one is private warehouses. First one is private warehouse. Very simple, friends. Suppose any business people, any business concern, it establishes a warehouse for its own purpose. Suppose myself is a big businessman. I have a lot of product. Every day we are manufacturing maybe tons of products, right? So what I will do is I will construct a godown for myself. And I will use that godown and I will do all my marketing activities in that godown. I will not allow others to keep their goods in my warehouse. It is specifically meant for my products, not for others, not for the public. That is called private warehouses. Private warehouses, which is owned by the private business people. Correct? Yes. Second one is public warehouses. Very simple, friends. Public warehouses are owned by the maybe private individuals or by the cooperative societies or someone else, and they are meant for the storage of goods of the public. Anyone can store their goods in these warehouses for a rent. They have to pay rent for the storage of goods. Suppose myself is a big businessman, I have no godown of my own. What I will do is I will shift my goods to this public godown. I'll keep the goods in that public warehouse, and whenever there is a demand for my product, then I will withdraw the goods from the public warehouse by paying the rent for that particular period, from the date of keeping the goods in that warehouse and till the goods are removed from the warehouse. ಆ ಗೋಡೌನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ವೇರ್ಹೌಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರ ಉಪಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದು ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮನ್, ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಗೋಡೌನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಆ ಲಕ್ಷಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಗೋಡೌನನ್ನು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ನಾನೇ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ವೇರ್ ಹೌಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟು ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಉಂಟಾ ವಸ್ತುಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಗ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. ಆ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಾಡಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ವೇರ್ ಹೌಸ್. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಗೋಡೌನ್ ಆರ್ ವೇರ್ ಹೌಸ್ by paying a rent. Then third one is duty paid warehouses, right? Public warehouses, yes. Then duty paid warehouses, then bonded warehouses. Duty paid warehouses or bonded warehouse, we call it as third one, bonded warehouses. It is given as bonded. Duty paid warehouses actually like public, that is warehouses where anyone can keep the goods stored and they have to pay the rent for that. Bonded warehouses is very simple, friends. Let me explain this. Suppose importer Mr. A has imported some goods, maybe 1000 kgs of any product for that matter. 1000 kgs he has imported, suppose, on which the product is highly taxable. That is, import duty is there on this. Maybe nowadays GST, isn't it? What about GST it is? CGST and yes, AGST, isn't it? Whatever it is, the duty paid on the goods, that is 1000 kgs. Maybe total amount is 5 lakh rupees he has to pay to take the goods delivered from the port. Port means what? That is a dock authorities, isn't it? When the goods reaches the, that is a destination here, wherever, suppose a person from Mangalore port, it will arrive. The person has to receive the goods from the dock authorities. Dock authorities are the port authorities, isn't it? From there he has to pay, the importer has to pay 5 lakh rupees and then he has to take delivery of the goods. There is no immediate demand for the goods in Mangalore. What he can do? Without paying this 5 lakh, if he pays that amount and if he gets the goods released, then the tax paid, that is a GST paid 5 lakh is a waste, dead money, right? ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಆ ಪೋರ್ಟಿಂದ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಗಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದು ಇಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಾವು ಈ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬೈ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಬಾಂಡ್. Bond means a legal document where all the details of the goods, then tariff heading is under which there is a tariff, it comes, how it is taxable, how much is the duty, isn't it, import duty, and how much are the other charges, all this will be mentioned, and port of loading, port of unloading, there is a destination, isn't it, vessel's name through which the goods have been brought, everything will be mentioned in that. That is a bond, we call it as bond. So by giving a bond, it will be kept, the goods will be kept. The importer will declare that whenever goods are released, then I will pay the import duty. Whatever duty is payable, that I will pay when on release of the goods. So the customs authorities, isn't it, they will keep the goods under their custody. ಆ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಇವನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ 6 ತಿಂಗಳ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ. 6 ತಿಂಗಳ ನಂತರ ಅವನು 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಿತ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅಷ್ಟರ ತನಕ ಅವನು 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ. ಈ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೇ ದ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, isn't it? He can pay or he can release in part, like 500 kg I want today, pay duty on 500 that is kgs. 250 kgs I need after 6 months, pay duty on 250 kgs after 6 months. Like that you can get it released in installments and you can pay the duty in installments. That system is also there. Okay, so that is called bonded warehouses. And then goods are kept in the warehouse which is locked and key will be with the, that is customs authorities, those who are supposed to recover the duty from the importer. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗೋಡೌನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಆ ಗೋಡೌನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅದರ ಕೀಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಹೌಸಸ್ ಅಂತ. ನೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ನೌ private bonded warehouses have come into existence. Now public bonded warehouses are not there. There were 2 types, public bonded warehouses and private bonded warehouses, isn't it? But nowadays private bonded warehouses will be there. There also same thing, you have to give a bond to the customs authority stating that we will pay the duty later. So that is called bonded warehouse. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವುದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ನಾವು ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿಯನ್ನು ಯಾವುದರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಸುಂಕ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಥ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದು ನಾವು ಜಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಹೌಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ ಸುಂಕವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಈಸ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ದೆನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ that is government warehouses. Government warehouses. One more is there, that is cooperative warehouses. Government warehouses and cooperative warehouses. Very simple. Government warehouses which are, that is operated by the government. Government officials will be there to look after the activities of that warehouse, isn't it? And here cooperative societies, the members of the public, they join together who are having the same, that is purpose, isn't it? They will join together, they will form a cooperative society, which you have already studied, right? Cooperative societies, and they themselves will run the, that is warehouses, and there will not be any confusion for the people, and they keep their goods, their members' goods, and they will collect a small rent which will become there is income for the society, and that income will be distributed among all the members by the end of the year, isn't it, in the form of profit. So that is called cooperative, that is warehouses, government warehouses, bonded warehouses, public warehouses, private warehouses. These are the 5 types of warehouses. Maybe a question for 4 marks. So make sure of it. Clear? So I'll take up the other part. A small part is there. Let us continue in the next class. Take down assignment. Take down assignment. Mention the different types of mention the different types of warehouses. Different types of warehouses. Just mention. No need of explaining. Okay. Submit your assignment on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.